No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Dun, dun. I wish this stopped getting old. Get all messed up right. Get all messed up right. Why? Why are you like this? Who did this to you? There it is. Oh, now is not the time to mess with that. Now is not the time. Ba-dum-bum. Doo-doo-doo-doo. The blue hater. Only one of these? Really? Oh. I've been playing too much Resident Evil 9. That's the main problem. This is Popper. I actually don't like really any artifact here. So you're interesting. This is also kind of interesting. Ooh. Forgot to change the YouTube stream title. Well, too late. This is interesting. I've come to really not like Tithing Blade. Hmm. Staff? This is weird. It's alright. I think I like Bobble. There's only like one good black option. Huh. Maybe no black. Really? Okay. Sack this, put a counter, draw a card. Okay, I like that. Two gnomes. Sack it to gain life. Why is this not a food? I feel like that should be a food. It's not looking like I'm playing black. This has also been kind of interesting. When this enters sack and artifact, counter draw. That's also kind of nice. Yeah. Okay. I feel like we're playing all but the Buzzbots. I think we're doing all Buzzbots there. Probably. Is this a deck? I think so. I feel like I'm not winning with this. I don't like these as attackers. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, look at that. The bot this time like split the word Discord in half so it doesn't get flagged. So stupid. Well, at least fix the lands, I guess. Is there a lifelink equipment? I don't think there is. Oops. Oh, that's awkward. I still think Outlaw Medic is like so good it should be in here anyways. Feels like a mythic rare. There's no artifact with lifelink. Okay, what about just life in general? I have 3 of them. Candy Trail? This doesn't feel great. Could you imagine this drew a card? I mean, it would be banned instantly, but could you imagine anyways? It's just preordained for every single deck ever made. It would probably wind up being one of the most played cards of all time if it drew a card. Like Arkham's Astrolabe. Hmm. The artifacts are like slightly not quite there. Is there, oh, I didn't look. Is there an artifact land? I don't think there is. No, there's no way there's an artifact land, right? I would have surely seen them by now. Okay. Um, Healer's Hawk, Medic, is Thraben Inspector? I like Thraben Inspector maybe almost more than this. They're kind of similar. This one maybe has a... Hmm. Okay, what about clue tokens? Oh, this is a clue token. It is a clue token. All right. Also, wait. Wait a minute. Maybe this is good. It does draw a card. I mean, it doesn't draw one for 1 mana, but maybe this is good. It's also a clue token. Never actually registered that part. Well, now it's interesting. It's not better than Relic still. The problem is making room for it, really. It is pretty solid. Maybe it's something. Enters make a clue token. Is this better than the medic? I feel like the medic does the same thing except has lifelink and draws without spending mana again. But it leaves behind an artifact, I guess. Okay, what about investigate? Magnifying glass is a card draw engine. You know, who doesn't like whatever that's doing? I feel like Novice Inspector is, again, something I'd have to make room for somehow. I can't say I like it more than Candy Trail, but I do have to actually win the game with creatures somehow. Like, I have to actually win the game. So I also don't even have any, like, removal in here. Maybe this just doesn't work. We can try for a bit, but, like, I don't know if this actually works. I feel like I'm not winning games. I think I like Inspector slightly more. I can probably take out lands. I probably don't need 24. This curve is pretty low. It's actually, like, really low. This can't be right. Maybe Buzzbots is weird. If this had 2 toughness, it would be so much better. I really don't know which one of these to play, so I could just take this thing out. Like, is a 2-1 for 1 that great that, like, finds other versions of it? It's a bunch of stats that you just pull out of your deck. Can't be too upset with that. Is it a sorcery? Social library for it? No, you can do it whenever you want. All right, I'm gonna sideboard that and just play Candy Trail instead. I think. Okay. I don't know if this is better than what I did last time, but it's like the artifact version of Tolarian Terror. But I have, like, more things that can actually kill my opponent. Like this thing, this thing, this thing. So, like, more ways to bludgeon your opponent to death. This is weird, but it does pull artifacts out of your deck and put them into play. But I don't feel like I'm winning with a 2-1. There's one blatant issue here, I feel, is I just don't actually have any removal. It is kind of hard to make room for removal, I feel, if I also want to, like, close a game out and not just, you know, have half as many threats to kill my opponent in the first place. But I'm not super confident about this, but we're going to try it. We're going to try. It doesn't have my favorite card in it. Doesn't have Outlaw Medic. If this doesn't work out, I might just play some kind of mono green deck. I did see one mono green deck that seemed kind of interesting. And it actually did run removal too. I'm not sure. Oh, well, look at that. I was gonna say, if mono red is the only thing I see, then I think I like this significantly less than the one I was playing before. Of course, it's on the play. Of course, I have tap land. Yep. Let's play Candy Trail? What am I looking for? Yeah, I'm looking for an untapped land, right? Okay, Buzzbots is fine. I feel like my opponent does have to, in some way, actually deal with it. So, we play this, right? Feels exceptionally annoying for the opponent. But there's no, like, smash to smithereens or anything. Just a little bunch of 2-1s holding down the fort. Okay, let's play you. I do have 6 life here, right? Yeah. I actually have 9. I have a lot of life gain here. Maybe the medic isn't necessary. The fact that the red deck is played so heavily in the face of all this life gain is just kind of like ridiculous to me. You can game 40 life and they're like, alright, that's fine. So I can make a 4/5. I can also just play this. Maybe I lead with this actually. Okay. This is good if it gets going, because it gains life every time I swing. They only have 1 card in their hand. What does it do? Worked? Okay. Does that work? Yeah, it does. It doesn't actually matter that they do this, I feel. Wait, hold on. Can't be blocked at this turn except by creatures with haste. Yeah, it does matter. Never mind. I keep thinking this is defender or flying. I don't know why. I don't know why. Don't ask me. So let's do this, because I'm dying. That is not what I wanted. Swing with these 2. Sure. Let's play... Do I need to crack this? No, I can play this.
this here, because gaining 1 life a turn seems valuable and arguably necessary. Okay, we just sandbagged a lava runner last turn. Don't know why. To deal 2 damage, I guess. Here, 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 there, take 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay, so I think we just start with an attack. Play... I think the only thing to play is this, and the only thing to do is crack it. I don't think there's anything else I can do. Probably will double block one of these lava runners. Oh, they don't even swing them. All right. All right. Get dunked on. We did it. I didn't even need Outlaw Medic. Look at that. Sweet. I gained a lot of life that game, that's for sure. This staff was gaining a lot of life too. We take 2. We go to 4. We swing. We go up to 5. I have another way to gain life, so I go up to 7. And then I can then also play something else because I have more mana. Yeah, I think we're winning the onboard race against the double ginger brute. Nice. All right, sweet. Cool. We did it. We did the thing. I also didn't have any removal other than a wall of creatures. Oh, look, it's the same thing again. No way. What an interesting format. When it dies, make a 1/1. Okay. I have never seen impact tremors. I mean, I'm always swinging. I'm never not swinging. So I think I'm playing this and not sacking the equipment. Unless I have to? No. Alright. Look at that. They got they got stonewalled by a 3/4. This is pretty good. Yeah, when they send burn to your creatures, you are never upset. You should just block. It doesn't matter if they always have burst lightning or whatever the other one is, lava strike, lightning strike. You just block anyways. Impact tremors is probably gonna do a lot of damage though. But with the 3/4 in the way, it could just completely stonewall them. You know, it is possible. Alright, well, maybe we'll play something that isn't red against something that's not red. Day 1 had a bunch of red stuff in it too. It was like over half my matchups were red. Well, we have the card. Oh, look, it's the same matchup again. I have no turn 2 play. Actually, you know what? We should just play this anyways. I don't care about burst lightning. It's not like I'm playing around it at all. You can kill this all you'd like. I just don't have a 2-drop. I can play this next turn. Okay, it's not mono red. It is the annoying deck, though, that does all the crime. But it's not red. Need some green. Well. Oh, I did that backwards. I missed the damage. Ugh! I forgot. There was more text on my card. Ugh. I'm not gonna... I don't think it mattered too much, but that was a mistake. Probably not that impactful. Each player loses 2 life? Okay. You should still swing here. Wow, they don't swing? I feel like their entire strategy involves them swinging in that exact spot. Also, this costs 3 mana. Hello. I think this is still slightly better. Because it's like something my opponent kind of has to deal with. These one things aren't doing it. Where do I put this counter? I'm going to put it here. Again, I missed a damage. Okay, now I'm getting really stupid with this. I'm just getting really stupid with my cards. I've missed 2 damage so far. Alright, yeah, this works out. Missed 2 damage, though. Really not ideal. Alright, now they're interested in trading damage for damage. This stops the damage in the air, I guess? There certainly is a green deck I am interested in playing. That does not do anything. This is the first duress I have seen in this format. I think. I should just play this now, before artifacts are removed. Alright, well, we have the problematic stats that have to be dealt with. Sure. Tinker's don't kind of just soft counters the shock they just cast. Okay, so we swing with that, and that. We can actually swing with both of these as well, because I get 1 damage in anyways. I don't care about the buzz bots. In fact, I draw a card if it dies, so. And it does die. And it actually drew something extremely ideal here, which is just more life. It's kind of the best thing I could ask for. They have another shock? Okay. Alright. Sweet. Yep, just another... it was like all one... I guess it could be Burst Lightning. But, yeah, alright. Cool. All the red spells have not been able to beat us. And a bunch of life-stealing crime hasn't either. Oh my god. Anything but a mountain. Please. People. Please. Can I play with opponents that are interested in using their brain? That'd be great. Good grief. I was yet again on the draw too. Well, off to a rather bad start. I also apparently have a burn spell, as is tradition. I don't... no, it doesn't matter. What should I play? Alright, well this is not a good start. At all. I love how the 1-minute burn spells are so telegraphed. Looks like there's yet again more. Well, I've got nothing, so I probably just lose this. Okay, I'm not even going to entertain this. Alright, well, finally lost to it. Well, if I were to play a green deck, just going to play against that all day. Probably have a worse go of it as well. Fine. Someone said this was a visual bug, and now I don't think it is. Oh, it's a swap. What does this do? Well, what does it do? When it dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. Ooh. It's a plains. So far, things. That is a weird attack. I feel like this is better served when I have another 1 toughness creature in play. Interesting. So, Tinker's Tote? Yeah? No, yeah. I have yet to activate this, which makes me think the whatchamacallit is better. Raven Inspector. Look at the top 3, put one to your hand, rest in your graveyard. Okay. One has more life gain stuff. I respect absolutely nothing in this spot. It looks like they actually have something. What costs 1 black? I don't know. Apparently there's a one black mana spell. I actually have no idea. Disfigure? Is Disfigure in this format? I don't actually know. I feel like playing Buzzbots is better than these two. Actually, maybe this is slightly better, but I don't want to activate it in the face of... No, I don't want to activate it anyways, so I'll just cast those. Alright, there we go. I don't know what's instant in 1 black. It must be some kind of Disfigure. I don't know the name of it. A creature enters game of life. Well, my opponent is geared towards not losing to the red deck alongside everyone else, which is reasonable. Alright, we're not leaving up the black spell. Apparently. Making this a 2-2 doesn't beat this 2-3, which is a problem. Okay. Well, we can make it a 3-3, I guess. I need a second blue source. Yeah, let's do this here. There's a chance we wind up making this large enough to block. Okay, it's not looking like that anymore. Still have to contest with that black spell. This is an interesting one. It is card advantage, it just costs a crap ton of mana to get to the second card. Flyers are king here. Definitely king. So, I'm going to do this now, so that -2/-2 card I think they have doesn't work. And then play another Tote. No, I think we're going to activate this 2/1. I could swing, because a trade seems favorable with one of these creatures. It seems favorable to me. Okay. Apparently it is. Let's just activate this now. I'm just going to do that. It just gets a card out of my deck. This could be seriously problematic. I need 6 mana to do the thing, though. I haven't gained any information from these revelations. Well, other than Healer's Hawk, I guess. I can't block with the Buzzbots, because I still think there's a Disfigure. I think. Well, if it goes to decking, there's that. It probably won't, though. I'm not going to swing when they have whatever that card is up. If I lose the bots in combat, I start losing a lot of life in the sky. Unless they have Get Down or Murder. I think we would have seen it, though. Or whatever the other murder is. I don't know the name. Spin Out? I think it's Spin Out. But with a 5/6, there is a race to be had. I can make it a 6/7, right? It doesn't have to target an artifact creature. I can't make it a 6/7. Oh, I can make it a 6... No, I can make it a 7/8 with the equipment as well. At least it's pretty easy to sack these gnomes. That sure is easy. And I don't know if putting a counter on the Buzzbots is better than the 5/6. Maybe the 5/6 just doesn't need it. Maybe it just straight up does not need that card. Let's just go to combat. -2/-2 is not enough to deal with this, so whoop. Still playing around Disfigure. Okay, now we'll see immediately what this card is. I thought it was a Disfigure. Looks like it's a Village Rites effect. Or a Cheat Death effect. Okay. Now that I know that, I can swing with this 4/4 in the future. Now that I'm aware of that. Good to know about. And it's also a 5/5 now. I guess I could have swung in the face of a Disfigure because it was 5. Alright. Okay, yeah, looks like there's no -2/-2. Okay. Alright, now we're winning in the air. I could make this unblockable, but I'm also willing to trade with the 5/6. So we have like 2 things we can do. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, awkward stat lines. Awkward stat lines. I'm just going to do this. And we can easily trade with our 5/5 with one of these, because we're just winning substantially on board. And they can just have an unchecked flyer. They don't even bother. Okay. They don't even bother. Okay, that's problematic. It's like severely problematic. Here we go. Losing the 1 card. Making the Serpent unblockable is not going to win this damage race. 6 toughness is still not enough. Yeah, whatever. It's just like it be losing. Here. At least they're not interested in blocking now, because they don't want to lose their life gain. Alright, well, on the bright side, they don't have a ton of cards in their hand to deal a ton of damage to me. Opponent yet again has a cheat death in their hand. I think I'm totally lost now. I think, yeah. Oh, that tracks. I think I'm just dead next turn. So I can't even swing with anything else because they just swing all out and kill me. Alright, I'm 100% dead. I'm not gonna waste my time. My opponent slowly, painfully passing priority with a 1-minute spell. For the next 5 minutes, it's over. There's too much. The Marauder 100% soloed me and I have no recourse, so. At least it wasn't a mountain. At least it wasn't a mountain. Oh, I mean, you just clicked keep. Green, white. What does that mean? What does that mean? I wonder. When this dies, make a 1/1. Is it worth it to keep this 2? It might be worth it to keep that alive. Put a counter on it and draw. I feel like I'm winning with a 3/3 in this spot. Like, this could genuinely matter a lot. So I'm actually going to do this. Because they can't trade, and then this 3/3 could just be a huge problem for, like, the rest of the game, Portaline. Potentially. No, this is a artifact and artifact deck, but it's the same colors. The other one, I don't think really had any artifacts in it. This is a very different deck. It's kind of the same premise, though. It's got like a Tolarian Terror equivalent, which hasn't won me a game yet. That is a 4/2 flash reach. Alright. Good to know about. Do we think they're going to trade? Do I care? No, not really. I don't care. I think they, like, have to trade? Right? Feels like they do? Okay, maybe not. I'd rather not lose all my gnomes. I can play these two. Making this 4 is irrelevant. Okay, what is that? Can't be blocked by more than 1, and something gets +2/+2, which is those two. So I can double block this. I probably should, if they're going to give me this opportunity, I probably should block those. And not worry too much about these right now. Look for a land? That is not a land. Is it better than just stunning the 2/1? I feel like it isn't. No, it's not. Let's just play this. I could just... Yeah, this is maybe better. Oh, I like my opponent's deck so far. It's not Mountain Burst Lightning like everyone else. In fact, they've played a bunch of stuff I've never seen before. If there's a combat trick, I am the farthest thing from interested in playing around it. Razor Rings to target black excess damage. Okay. You have trample? Okay, well, that's bad. That is a severe problem. Can I please draw land? Apparently not. Apparently not. It is banned. Let's play this so I can stop getting hit with a 2-1. I'm not playing around anything. I think I would have held the jump scare for later if I were my opponent. I can stun that. Could just play this. They're in a top deck mode. I could just play this. And then the second one can actually block the 6/6. Alright, we're swinging with the 2-1. Not sure I would ever do that. This is an elf, and they didn't target it with its own ability. Do that. Oh, this is the wrong card. I was supposed to play the Relic. Oh, it's the wrong card. Ah, whatever. Opponent, hello? Hello, opponent. Earth to opponent. They the first time in the game they have priority from an ability. Now you have to wait like 5 minutes per game action. Can I still play this? No. Okay, I still would have preferred to play the Relic so I could draw a card, but I can do what I want regardless. There is no attack here. Is this an elf? Nope. Looks like an elf, but apparently it's a hero with a giant axe and rabbit ears. Ugh. Never changed, Japan. Never changed. Oh, wow. All right. So we have our trade, and I will block that. You can't block with more than one creature. Oh, I didn't even read it. Okay, now I'm just losing. I think I'm losing tremendously now, actually. I have to block it or I'm dead too. All right, well. Did my best. I just didn't read it. Yep, I'm not beating that. There is no card in my deck that beats this. Oh, did I not block the Sanctifier? Oops. I can stun it for a turn. I don't really know where that's getting me. Okay, I can stun it again. Still, same logic applies. I don't know where that's getting me. Let's play the old make this a 6/7 game. Card, swing. Oh, not sitting around. There's nothing there, so. I'm pretty sure this Sanctifier should be dead. I might have done a really stupid thing and not killed it. Pretty sure it should be dead. So that was, like, very stupid of me. Probably doesn't matter. It would appear to not look like it's going to matter. Let's play the gain 1 life equipment here, because I'm always going to be swinging. And then swing. And I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to leave up the 3 life here, because otherwise I could die to my opponent's top deck. I did not. Wow, just doesn't respect anything. Just goes up to 10. I don't have 3 damage, but not sure if it was necessary to do that. They can activate this once, and it becomes 8. So with this card, I can trade. Also, I drew the last relic, which the last relic is actually huge here. I can stop this attacker again. Opponent, please, please, I beg of you. Please. Just activate it so you're not holding priority the whole turn. Please. It's not new. It's been here the whole game. We're roping out every turn. I beg you. It's not the worst thing you could be doing, but still. I don't know why we're struggling so severely with this. These are both okay cards to draw. And I guess drawing it in this order is almost the same. Maybe not, actually. Maybe not. I'm always doing this. And I can actually just put that in play. No, I can't. I got rid of the artifact. Okay, we can play this. I can't play one of these because I could die to some random stuff on the top. Yeah, it doesn't really matter how I ordered those. Alright. The relic's coming in pretty clutch here. Opponent, come on. Come on, just push the button. Ah, just push the button. Alright, they did not draw anything, so we just win. We give the relic, or the serpent, unblockable, and we win. As far as I'm aware, yes. They go to 5, and then they die. Sweet. Love it. I don't know why we swung with the... Yeah, hoping I disconnect. Maybe that's what they're doing. Alright, I'm just going to show them lethal, so maybe they just, like, stop clicking things. Nope. Making me send it in. Alright. I shouldn't have swung with the 2-2, because now they have more time to burn by blocking it. It's not a big deal. Nope, opponent's got unblockable. Okay, maybe just a new player. I don't know. Alright, yeah, they stared at me for 10 years and then conceded instead of just clicking the button to see it's the psychological warfare right there. They're holding priority. Like, this game takes over 2 times as long. It's like a 2.5 minute. No, it's not 2.5 minutes, but it takes a long time because they got this ability. But then when I show lethal, it would be faster to just say no blocks and let it kill you, right? No, maybe it would be longer. Yeah, I think it would be. Yeah, it's probably a longer animation to wait for this to hit you. And then they chose the fast way of conceding while doing the slow way of playing. That's psychological warfare right there. Like, instead of making it take that much longer by getting hit, they just quickly go to the concede button. Look, we gotta find something to talk about. My opponent had nothing to do. They found a way to still have priority longer than me throughout the course of that game. Had to talk about something. My first Llanowar Elves, and of course it's on the play, because why wouldn't it be, right? First time seeing it. Buzzbots? I don't think it's going to matter too much, but I guess I'll play this instead. Probably not going to matter too much. Yeah, Standard Popper's been good, if you're okay with every other opponent being mono-red. I have to read these. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, reveal a permanent. But the rest of your... Okay, so they do that. I can swing with both of these. I think. The Tate. Also, my opponent is actually just top decking. 4 mana ability? No, it's a 5 mana ability. Okay. Those 2/2s do have reach. Let's play these 2, I think. This is the first time the 2/1 has felt better than Thraben Inspector. You might as well block, right? Like, you should start maybe stemming some of his bleeding. Yeah. What? That one doesn't untap like the Leyline Weaver, so that's interesting. In web, I see. What does that do? You get a basic. Okay, yeah. Sure. They could have tapped the... Why are they not casting the Llanowar Elves? Why are they not casting the Llanowar Elves? I don't know. I don't know. Let's put the counter on this. That way it can trade with the... Yeah. Well, yeah. That way it trades with the 2/2. 4/3 is a little annoying. I'm sure they're going to block the 2/2. You, like, kind of have to stop the 2-turn clock here. It is lethal if I find an untapped land. Okay, never mind. They have a reach creature. Never mind. Alright, mana for literal eons. It is no longer lethal. I can still just make it lethal next turn, so I'll just do that. I can make it lethal next turn. I don't know if there's a single card they can draw or find that stops them from just simply dying here. Yep, alright. Um, literal endless mana, but not really much to do with it. Right, they had this as well. Maybe there's just not a lot of things going on. This is a 4-mana 4/4 that for 7 mana it becomes a 7/7, which wouldn't save them. I know of a 6/6, and there's two different 6/6s that also see play in a green deck like this, I think, which both don't really stop this. Especially with Cryogen Relic stopping some of these things. Could be good, but it has reach, to be fair. But if they had this earlier, I think we were still fine. Like, this is just really big. So, alright. And unblockable. I could just swing 4 times. Yep, should run Naturalize. Actually, I don't really think Naturalize would save them. I don't think Naturalize is getting there. Maybe it is? I don't think it is. We can try a mono green deck after a few more games. I gotta milk this Pauper event, because after, it's nothing but the turtles. Oh, it's a mountain again. Why is the mountain always on the play? How come I can't be on the play against, like, anything? Or Lana Rails. Lana Rails is also now on the play. I can't escape that. You can't escape the green 1-drops. Oh, it's a curse. At least it's not Soul Ring. At least it's not Soul Ring. Alright, well, obvious burn is obvious. Doesn't change anything. Playing around stuff is not a real thing. My opponent is actually hitting the enter key. I love it. Oh, wait, nope. It's more than what it was a second ago. Wait, what? Okay. Alright, I'm here for it. I like that a lot. I'm here for it. Alright. Yep. Okay. Kind of wish I saw more. We have, like, an insane amount of life gain, so even gaining 1 life return is a huge problem for a red deck, and we have a lot of life to gain here. I might even just gain life. Well, the counter is arguably just as valuable if I assume it resolves. Does it have to... Up to 1... Yeah, I guess you don't actually have to target anything. I don't know. Options are good. Should have ran a Braid, which is actually in this format. It is in this format. But it doesn't go face, so I don't know why the red decks would play it. I think we also have Suplex in this format. But again, it doesn't go face. Just like the other day, I haven't found myself mulliganing. I'd prefer to be mono white, so there's no Marauder. I've never seen someone else play this. Is it a fan? Is it a fan? I've never seen someone else play that. Okay, now I'm excited. I mean, by all means, interact with us. By all means. What does that one do? Okay. On any creature, sure. I'm not gonna block that. Straight to combat. So, let's play this to scry to. That's good. This is also actually kind of good. Yeah. Look at that. I'm finally scrying 2 on top consistently. You know that's where we're in a good spot, right? Alright. I could have not swung and double blocked, but I don't really care about the 2/4 lifelink right now. They keep mousing over my cards. I don't know if that means there's a removal spell. There probably isn't. It's probably just a bunch of, like, creatures that care about gaining life. Oh, Disenchant. Alright, never mind. My opponent's playing Disenchant in a deck that, like, is geared towards beating the mono-red deck. That's pretty interesting to me. I'm here for it. I really wish I had a Vigilance threat to put my stuff on, so I suppose I should play the Vigilance threat to put my stuff on. I don't know if it's worth it to swing to gain 1, because I lose more than I gain by swinging at this point. Because I killed my 2-1. But hey, look, a 3-3 Vigilance that dies to my opponent's naturalizes. You know, it could... Okay, O-Ring. What does that take? I don't know. The equipment? Sure. Okay. I can't say I'm terribly troubled with that, but that is annoying. Is kind of annoying. Let's do this here. Let's play this. Swing here. Alright, my opponent has, so far, 3 different removal spells in their deck. I can easily just get value doing this, which is really nice. Sack that. Put the counter on here. No reason to make something super tall. Holy relics, Batman. No idea what that is. When this enters, put a counter on 2 different creatures. Sure. You should swing with a 3-5. Okay. There's no haha gotcha in combat. I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna start this. Opponent doesn't even have to block this, actually. Yeah. Suppose I might as well stop this for a turn. And also draw a card. Let's hide the relic. Okay, that can shatter the pseudo parity we have, but there's still a lot of life gain in my opponent's like board state. I don't think I'm triple blocking. We will stun this once more. Swing here. Who's seen more cards? I have? Okay. A lot of disenchants and stuff. I wonder if they're playing 4 disenchants. That feels a little crazy, but we know there's more passive bias. I'm not really winning with the shepherd swinging every turn. The serpent, excuse me. I don't think I am. On the bright side, I can make this scary instead of my serpents. Do I swing the 5-6? I do not. We're winning in the air. The air is being the mirror breaker right now. And we have 2 aerial threats. So we are winning in the air. Which does not change anything. That doesn't change anything either. I mean, it gives them a bunch of life, but we're still winning because of the flyers. That is nice. I should start moving these equipment as well before I don't do that. Oh, Galicat coming in clutch. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Sure. Aha, who's the mono white life gain now? Opponent's blocking for sweeper. Untap and sweep me. I can probably now make that unblockable and start swinging. Although maybe not. There's still some serious stats in play that could just turn it around pretty quickly. It's also a 2-turn clock regardless. It's a 2-turn clock anyways. There's no reason to swing with the serpent. Yeah, the serpent stemming the bleeding is pretty substantial here. You don't have to target anything with this. Alright. Your turn. There's no card in the game that saves them here, so. Alright. Cool. I mean, against mono red, my opponent would have just probably won. I mean, lightning strike on the 1/3 would probably make it go away, but the counters are pretty cool. The breakpoints favor me, though, with like these 1/1 counters from these cards. But this is a pretty neat one. I feel like the red deck doesn't care about the 4 mana life gain wall. It's mostly like the 1 and 2s. But this is kind of neat. Yeah, you're going to see decks like this if every other opponent plays only mountains. But there's some decks out there that don't. It's nice to have like a lot of life gain in your deck and also be able to beat the other life gain decks. And all you need really to do that is have bigger stats than them, because both players could be at 60 life. If you have the thing that gets through every turn, you're going to win eventually. So it doesn't matter about like, oh, they gain too much life, I can't win. That's not where your headspace should be in a life gain mirror like that. Cool. I think at one point they were at like 40 life too. It just like doesn't matter if you have unimpeded threats they can't deal with. Galicat's annoying in draft. Flying in general is just really good in draft, it seems. Every time I play it and my opponent has some kind of flyer, I'm like, well, I don't. And the board state's gummed up. I guess I lose to the 1/1. Flying just seems like a really good effect. It's almost just straight up unblockable in a lot of draft settings, in my opinion. This does not have to target anything. Mulliganing in this format is kind of bad. I'm on the draw. I'm not mulliganing. All we really need is a blue source. That's all I fundamentally am missing, I feel. Okay, I will keep both of those. Most assuredly. Okay, well, we got stuff. I can make a 2/2 next turn. I don't die to these 1/1s. Stockpiling Celebrant? Return another? Yeah, you might as well pick up a Hawk. Yeah, might as well. You could pick this up, or is it... It can't do that. No, it can't pick itself up. Yeah, I would just pick this up. Wow, really? They don't? I'm always picking that up. I think it's totally fine to just grab that. This is worth it. This is worth it. I know it makes this harder to cast, but I should do this now. This doesn't answer the 3/2 though. Alright, well now it's pretty easy. I still really think they should have picked one up last turn and scryed 2 again. I don't know if the 1-1 swinging an extra time is worth it. I feel like it isn't. But unfortunately I'm not blocking this 3-2. It knows that. Let's play the Gearhulk now? Oh, I can't. Never mind. Alright, never mind. Just go with this. I will eat the Candy Trail. Kind of a tough one here. Yeah. And put a counter on this. I don't think it matters. I don't want this to be a 4-5. I think, yeah, let's do this. Means they can't double block, I guess? I don't oh, no. Oh, no. Uh-oh. We got Marauders. Marauders? Sure. Well, that's awkward. Let's go ahead and put a counter here. Correct. Slightly less awkward. This is a 1-3. Yeah, okay. If it had 4 toughness, we'd be big chillin'. But it doesn't. We've taken control of the skies. They did not upkeep sack this. They did not upkeep sack it. These are castable. Sure. Works out that I did what I did. I will definitely triple trade that. Let's... Wait. Yeah. Let's go to combat. I will absolutely triple trade. They don't even consider it. I almost have lethal next turn. This is unblockable. Yeah, I'm going to assume they drew that for the turn, which is weird because they just scryed 2. So what's the second black source do? Removal spell? Murder? Nothing. Alright, I'm pretty sure they just scryed 2, and they put a swamp on top. I don't know what that means. Unless that was already in their hand, which I suppose it could have been. But I don't know why they would scry a card on top if it doesn't help them. I don't think anything fundamentally would ever change because this is now in play from my opponent, like, just immediately realize, like, what I'm trying to say is the card that they just scryed on top, I don't know if it is now suddenly useless because I played a 5-6 that's pseudo unblockable. I feel like I'm just winning anyways, so I don't know what that was. It could be Marauder, and they're like, we could get that engine going, but Marauder is not going to save you because I have too much stats in the sky there. Huh. Alright. Cool. I'm liking these life gain decks. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Alright. One more win, and then we'll change decks. We'll change decks. I gotta say, I don't know how I feel about these, though. They've been okay. They weren't to begin with, but started to get, like, kind of... The one time I swung early with one, it missed a bunch of damage. Let's not do it this time. Alright, if I don't draw lands, this game is quickly over. Black and green, that's exciting. I don't think I've seen that yet. Don't draw lands, so it's probably quickly over. What does this do? Mana, it replaces itself, or food. Okay. More food. Black-green food. What's the payoff? What does my opponent do at the end of all of this? If this was an untapped land, we'd be, like, big chillin' right now. Oh, yeah. Okay, Obzon. What does that do? Destroy a creature, and is also a food token. I would have killed the 2/2, I think. Let's play this, and then this gives us a really good Gearhulk, I guess. I'm not going to crack that, ever. I don't think I need 3 life, and it's something to eat with this, and I don't think I need 3 life. Scream Puff. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, make a food token. Oh, deep. Deep. The lore runs deep. Shoot. Alright. Giant stats. Get in there. I'm not sure if I'm blocking that. It doesn't have lifelink. Okay. This is different. Maybe I should block that? Maybe I... Oh, now I can't. Oh, no, I still can. What am I talking about? Heaped harvest? Alright, so we're just... Opponent is hungry. Opponent is hungry. Hungry. They do not swing. Okay. We shall play... we could put a counter here and force the trade, but that seems inefficient. I think we're just chilling. I'm going to move the equipment on the flyer, and then I'm going to, like, fly until my opponent is no longer vertical. What is that? When it leaves, make a food token. Okay. It's a time to swing with the 5/6. Maybe not, because now there's no representing a combat trick, which I probably don't respect anyways, to be fair. This is kind of cool. My opponent's at 20. Alright, yeah, we're just doing that. And here makes it so I can swing with that. I guess I could swing with the 1/1 as well, but I'm not interested in trading. I'm in no rush to kill these, so I don't want to trade with my 1/1. Okay. Oh, does that trade or does it win? It just trades. Another food card. They just typed in food and ran all the food generators. Get off my screen, please. Hello, game. Really? Oh, whoops. Well, they've gained a lot more life than I have, but it doesn't kill creatures. Yeah, so it's another life gain deck that, with the same logic, my stats are larger than theirs, and they can gain 600 life. I'm just going to bludgeon them, because my stats are the problem, and it just undoes... Like, every food token that... Okay, these won't go off my screen. Please. Every 3 life from a food is just undone when you're hit with a 3 power creature. So you're just like pseudo tapping down a 3/3, essentially, if a 3/3 is present and it's continuously hitting you. So, but this is cool. I haven't seen anything like this. I don't feel like I saw a worthwhile payoff for the food, other than you're just playing this because every other opponent is only playing mountains. But that's neat. I like it. Alright, now we can play something else. This was actually pretty good, though. I suppose I should still at least talk about it before I move on. I'm on to the next deck, but I was actually kind of surprised at how good this was without, like, any removal. Felt like I was just susceptible to getting hosed by anything my opponent was able to do, but I was the one applying problems that my opponent had to deal with, and your removal can be found in your creatures when your creatures are winning combat and also more or less must be blocked or dealt with or something. Don't even really need combat tricks. So this did work out pretty well. I felt like I was lacking maybe another card that sacks artifacts, because just simply cracking this felt like a, well, that's not too bad. It's like deduce, right? It makes a clue token, and it also is just a card draw up front, which is what this is. But it did feel kind of weird to find windows to just cast this and have it effectively do nothing but draw a card. But playing to the board with all these creatures was amazing. Every card in here was doing something legitimate. I think this could get in here somehow, but it being a 1-2 versus a 2-1 did matter. A lot of the times, this having 2 power changes what I can do in combat, but I didn't find myself activating it a bunch, which is a good thing. It means I have plenty of other things to do. I really like this. I didn't expect that, but I don't know if I like it more than this one. Another blue-white contraption here. This is more my style, obviously. And these cards are never going to be beaten in terms of satisfying when cast. And I was trying to find a way to shoehorn them in this deck, but I'm like, all right, let's actually do something different. So I like this. Both of these strategies are super viable to me. I, again, wasn't sure about this one, but I liked it a lot. I only lost to, I think, 1 red deck. It might have been 2. I think there was only one red deck I lost to, and it was because I got mana screwed. So with any incidental life gain, the red deck is miserable. And it seems like you're either playing red or you're playing something that gains life. That seems like the 2 things I see almost exclusively. Every deck I've seen, except I think 1. No, they had the Crime Bird, which gains life. So yeah, I think every single deck is interested in gaining life or being mono red, herp derp, mountain, red deck wins thing. But I really like this. Really like this. Maybe you could go up more of these. I at no point went into the deck to change it like I did for an hour with the other one. This one just straight up worked without a single change. Every card in here was great. So yeah, that's that. I am now going to play something else. You can try a mono green list. I had one in mind. It involves the dumb card here. What else? There's like fights. Wait, a fight is sorcery. A bite is an instant, right? Is that how it works? I know of it's a 1-mana fight. Mutant, ninja, or turtle, or land. I love how land is in lowercase. From among them, the rest in the bottom. Top 4, huh? It would only find a land. Yeah. Unless there's like a mutant or something. It's funny, I own almost every... Oh, this is banned! I didn't even know that. I didn't know it was in standard, too. Murders of Spaghetti Mariner. Slime is banned. Huh. It's weird that they did this, but then, like... So they're capable of having bans preemptively, but they won't ban the living weapon Skull Clamp in Historic Pauper. That's kind of weird to me. Like, who thought this was bannable and then turned around and was like, no, we're not going to ban the thing that wins the game every time it's cast in the higher power format. Beats me. Beats me. In any deck, Hair is also banned. Hair Apparent. Okay. Wow. I forgot about Hair Apparent completely. It depends what format you play. I don't know what format you play. I could recommend this. Well, that's not a rare. But I could say Dark Ritual, but that doesn't mean anything if you don't play. All right, let's click on our options here. Let's just click it. Bargain. When this enters, gain 3. 2 less if bargained. X is the number of differently named lands. Probably not going to work out. This could kind of actually cost like 3 if I'm crazy with my lands. Maybe that works. You play Historic Brawl. Well, I suppose the first thing to do is grab all the like staples. You could just do the colorless staples, so you can just play them in more decks. You can also play, if you like a certain color. I don't know, it's too vague. It's too vague, too broad. Like, what do you burn your... You could burn your rares on actual commanders to play with more commanders? Like, I don't... If we're talking about staples in every commander deck, it's probably like the One Ring. Oh, that's a mythic. Never mind. One less for each color. Okay, that's probably not happening. What's the hexproof one? Oh, maybe it's not. Oh, it's this thing. It doesn't have hexproof. It doesn't. Oh, it's also a legendary. Ah. What about you? Can be blocked for more than one. Can be blocked by... Wait. Boars you control. All right. Boars you control can't be blocked by more than one creature. This can't be blocked by more than one creature. Why is it separate? It's because this is not a boar. Shh. Okay, well, it's got cycling. There's a lot of options here. Endure. What does that do? Counters on this, or make a 3/3 with reach. All right. There's actually just a ton of 6-mana options. Wow. There's like infinite options here. That seems particularly good with Mana Dorks. If you're new to the format, then it's totally up in the air. It depends what you... with just 2 rare wildcards, probably just pick a commander that you like and just build it with those rares instead of like generically good cards. If you're always playing the same color, then it depends what color. If you always play black decks or like black decks, you know, Black Market Connection is huge, Dark Ritual, stuff like that. But it feels a little too broad to just say like burn it on spaghetti and the meatballs. Moldering Gym. It's a ramp spell that makes a 5/5. Both of those things are good in this format, I think. Wow, there's a lot of big green options. Now it's a problem of which one's good and how do I cast them. Well, anytime, just not every time. First one's free. Now, this costs 7. It does make a 3/3. I don't know. I'm sliding it in there. We're sliding it in there. It's weird that, like, the Duskmourn set is teetering on the edge of the 4th New York set. Like, this has a basketball hoop in it. I'm starting to see New York everywhere. It's actually driving me crazy. I guess I should look at the actual new set and stop ignoring it. Oh, I guess I didn't ignore it. Okay, never mind. Reach Trample, gain 2 life for 4. That is actually kind of good. Beginning of your end step. Probably not going to happen, but that one's interesting. Flash enters 2/2, so it's a... Huh. It's almost better than just giant growth. It's about the same, but you get like a thing after. These are all... Oh, wait. This is... I forgot. This is Pauper. I can't see all the cards. Sacrifice a creature. There's a lot of food. Well, of course there is. It's all pizza. Target creature you control deals damage to its power. All right, so there is a bite. I think there's a 1-mana one though. Oh, bite is one-sided damage. I thought it was just an instant type. Okay. Oh, this is good. This is good. It's a naturalize that plummets. And the muted gen token is a map token, but I guess slightly worse. Okay. I mean, a plummet naturalize is good. I feel like a brony playing this. I'm not going to lie. I feel like a legit brony with this in my deck. But it's actually kind of good. I don't know how many I would play, though. All right, what complements the Llanowar Elves? I don't think Gene Pollinator is doing it. Probably not. Unless I find something else. Target creature, untap. No, not pick your poison. There is a 1-mana... Oh, is it this? Choose target creature you control. Yeah, alright. So there's a 1-mana fight. And you can give them a fish to put a counter on your creature. I think that's pretty good. I need something to bridge the gap here. And also maybe 1 or 2 more ramp spells. What's the one that reveals a creature from your hand to fight? Artifact, creature, or land. Top 3. Okay. Bushwhack? It's not Bushwhack. I'm fairly certain there's a reveal a creature thing. Maybe not. Top 5 cards. Okay, that's quite significant. We saw this played. Spam the top 3 over and over. That one's interesting. Ah, here it is. Monstrous Emergence. I thought it was a 1-drop. I think that's really good. Just like a 2-mana kind of kill everything ever kind of card. When this is turned face up, kills your hand. How do you disguise it? I feel like this would have been fine putting it into play. It's a lot of mana. I don't think we're a fierce empath deck. You'd rather just this be the giant thing instead of finding it. So, unless I have like a toolbox amount of them, which I don't think I do. All right, now I need cards that are like in between the 1-2 ramp and the 6 drops. There's the this thing might not get better than this at 2 mana. Might not. Be surprised. Enters as a 5/5 if you had something leave. Okay. It's like Revolt. Isn't this exactly Revolt? Enters the battlefield if a permanent left the battlefield under your control. Isn't that just Revolt? Why do we need another name for it? I get the ninjutsu change because it like changes how ninjutsu works to be like more interactable because you can counter it now because you cast it. So sneak is like less convoluted and janky. But do we really need to change Revolt? Just disappears just the new one forever. No more revolt. It's kind of lame. This is cool. I can easily run deserts. Can easily run deserts. We are not. There's no shortage of big things to play in this format. This is good. Play an additional land. It doesn't draw. Maybe it's not that exciting. What about you? Enters gain 3 life for recycling. I want to play all of them. I want to play all of them. Counters on target creature, gain 4 life. Maybe not that one. I don't want this deck to be mulligan for the same 2 cards and then cast the big things with the 2 mulligan cards. Like, oh, mulligan for Liner Rails every game. Because so far it looks like that. What does this do? I already read that. Basic or town. This is an instant, which is weird. Is that better than the food ramp spell? I don't think so. I don't think so. The food ramp spell to me is exceptionally good. Oh, poison dart frog. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Heaped harvest. Okay, we have ourselves cards. There's no mono desert now. Outcaster what? We making up cards? Enters the battlefield, search for a basic desert. Okay, well, it doesn't put it in play, so I wouldn't play it anyways, and I cannot play this card. Can't play it. Is it worth the common burn? Probably. I don't think I need tenderize. Yeah, I wouldn't play it regardless. So commune with beavers and commune with nature. Artifact, creature, land. All right, top 5 creature. I like this. I think. I like this. I think this is fine with at 3. Or excuse me, 4 cards. Also, there's no untapped deserts. Kind of defeats the purpose of the spider. So I don't think I'm playing the spider. I don't think I'm playing this. There's no reason to there's just no reason to play Tatland. What does this do? Oh, right. Yeah, why do I have 3 of everything? $600 uncommon wild cards. They need to bring back Artisan. Let me look at the desert again. There is an untapped desert. So it would discount the spider and it would discount the fungus. By 1? What else do we have for lands? I could fairly reasonably play the, but the problem is tap lands are going to get in the way so much, and it offsets that card by a lot. Adventurers Inn is another one that could just be good against the mono red format. That is every opponent playing red decks. Why does this land have vigilance? I can probably get away with a bunch of colorless lands if they're untapped. Maybe not like a ton, but you know. Vibrant Cityscape. Sack this land. I didn't know we got another Terramorphic Expanse. I did not know that. Really? So now there's Evolving Wilds, Terramorphic Expanse, and Vibrant Cityscape. That's cool. I kind of wish the next one wasn't in Spider-Man, but that's still pretty cool. I like that card. They went out of their way to make a unique one and not make it an Evolving Wilds for some reason. So I guess they just decided it's time to make a third one of these. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I would wish it wasn't in the Spider-Man set. But what do I know? I'm just a lowly consumer. Don't think, consume product. Oh, I put in the wrong desert. Huh. Whoops. Did I put in the wrong desert? No, I didn't. I just thought this desert was the grotto. I did not put in the wrong desert. I just didn't. I read the cards and swapped them. Okay, there's no way to play the spider. And I don't think there's a way to play the this reasonably. Let's say I discount it by 2. If I discount it by 2, it's just a. Let's say it's 3. Yeah, I think I need too many lands to make that work. I'll keep the inns anyways, though. Now it's a question of which of these do I play. I think I like Jim. This one costs 7 mana, but gives me 4 cycling and makes a 3/3. But it does cost 7. 6 seems to be the better spot to be in my opinion. Okay, I usually want 4 of that one. I like this a lot. It's a legendary though, which is super annoying. I don't think I need this one. And this one can be a 7/7 reach or a 4/4 and a 3/3, which is kind of both fine. I should probably run that. There's also the exhaust card I didn't put in here. I'm happy we have a ton of options here, but I can't say I know which one's the best. Yeah, this thing, which might just be better maybe than the one I have. This one I have. Just a 4 mana 4/4 reach trample, gain 2 life. 4 mana 4/4 reach trample. Instead of gaining life, it can get larger. Why does this have trample and reach backwards? This says reach trample. This one says trample reach. Why is that? Which one's wrong? I'm going to assume it's the Ninja Turtle one because this set already feels low effort on top of being Ninja Turtles. So, but okay. What do we know, right? Consume product. Okay, I have no idea which ones these are supposed to be played. I have no idea. 86 cards is obviously not going to work out. 4 minutes, 7/7 reach. Or 6 minutes, 6-minute, 6/6 trample. I gotta spread these out. It's hard to retain the information. Okay. Basic land cycling trample. Land cycling trample. Okay, well this one is better than that one. I like that one. Reach 7/7. Trample 6/6. I don't know. What does this one do? Can't be blocked except by one creature, so they can't ideally trade with this. It's a legendary. Oh my. When this enters, gain 4, 6/6 reach. Is that better than 6/6 trample? Reach is very valuable. Trample, not as much, because eventually they're just going to run out of blockers anyway. There's no rush to trample over your opponent, in my opinion. I would much value Reach. And I think I do, so I'm not going to play this one. I think this one's cooler, but can't play them all. The exceptionally interesting ones are legendary, which probably is the reason why they are exceptionally interesting in the first place. I don't think I'm playing the 7 mana one, even though it gives me 2 creatures. It costs 7. I think that matters. Okay, we can do 2 of those. This one is a bit odd. It's a bit odd. When this enters, gain 4. I really like both of these. Do I even need this one? Now that I'm thinking about it? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Yeah. I saw 7 power, got excited. Don't think I want that one. Let's focus on... I don't think I need all of this cycling. And I think this is ever so slightly better. They're basically the same, except this one has an option to make a 3/3. And I don't really think I need that much forest cycling. So this is probably just definitively better than that one. So I do that. And then I want some amount of these generic 6/6s. Okay. Now we got to make room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that enough giant stupid stuff? It feels like it isn't enough giant stupid stuff. But the main thing is making room. This feels useful to me. How do I make room? I'm at 83 cards. Oh my goodness. So I'm not going to play this. I don't think this matters that much. I already have a fight, and someone could make the argument I don't even need to make fights happen. Right? We just played a deck with no removal, and we were the one presenting problems. So removal gets a bit like me. Do I need this and the 2 mana card? They does kind of the same thing. I don't know. I'm not getting rid of these ever. I can go down a Zan, but you can still simply just swing with it and have it die or something and play the next one. This is tough. We can, because we have so many mana dorks. I can run 20 lands. I could probably run like 19. It's like fairly reasonable to do that. All right, we can do it. We can shave every card down by 1 and like have all these options with just less versions of each one. Like I can do that. This probably shouldn't be 4 anyways. Maybe it should just be 2 to be totally honest. I don't know. From what we've seen, this is like almost always doing something. Even against the red decks? No. Against the red decks, this might not do a single thing. And if I expect that to be over half my opponents, maybe I should only run 2. But it does something against, I would argue, every other deck possible. Just not against the most played one. I don't want to get rid of this. Like, this is the ramp package. Just put these over here. I don't think I'm touching this. I don't think I am. Only need to take out 11 cards. I think this is a perfectly solid 4 of. Alright, fine. I'll go down one of those. 70 cards? Let's go. Let's send it. No. No. Maybe it's time to genuinely shave some of these. Like that. Gain 6 life. What if I just said no to this? You know what I should have done? I should have put these in my sideboard so I don't have to keep finding them. That's what I should have been doing. Nobody said anything. Guys just don't even care about me. You just use me for my hair. Alright, I'm not going to play the Ninja Turtle card quite yet. Because it doesn't do anything in the mono red matchup. And maybe I do like this the Vanguard's, I think Commune with Nature is more appealing to me. Maybe I can only run 2 of these. I have a ton of like threats I could just naturally draw as well. And like I said, I got to make room for stuff, so. All right, let me reset the deck so I can see it. So we can also talk about it. All right, there we go. So this is still standard Pauper. There are a ton of green bombs to play, and these are the ones I've settled on. I have this one in the sideboard. There's a lot more. I just didn't drag them into the sideboard because I forgot, but there's a ton of like specifically 6 mana bombs, and they're all fairly similar. I guess I could just take a gander of them here. They're all kind of doing the same thing. Like, oh, it enters, you gain 3 life. One of them enters, gain 4. It has reach. It has some have trample. Some have that weird thing that they do. Endure. They're all just kind of the same thing. A ton of cycling, too, coincidentally. I don't know if that was intentional, but they just happened to put cycling on a lot of these giant bombs. And I just settled on the ones that settled on. The rest are kind of okay, but they're either outshined by the ones I'm playing ever so slightly, or they're just the ones I'm currently interested in playing right now. This one, there's not enough deserts. They're all tapped. It sort of offsets this in the first place, playing a tapped desert, so it's kind of weird to think of this one. And there's also the 7 mana one, which I have to click that. This thing, I can't seem to discount this enough in a deck. Even if I added a second color, it just doesn't seem like I'm discounting this enough. You can just play a bunch of wastes, right? If I put a mountain, a plains, a swamp in my deck, they're just wastes. I think a green deck can survive half-ish of its lands being like wastes, but I don't think the payoff is there for a card like this to do that. It could be. It also justifies the deserts more, and then we can think about the desert discounting spider now as well if that was an option, but I don't think so. So yeah, this is what we settled on. A bunch of ramp spells, you know, this thing. There is the, I saw this played, Vanguard, that you just keep spam activating this to find your threats. But I kind of like this a bit more. Tapping 5 to find stuff is kind of a lot of mana, honestly. And this just looks at 5 for 1. And my main concern is really just running out of giant threats to kill my opponent, because there isn't like a metric boatload of them. There might even just be too much ramp and not enough giant things. There is this, which is a fight that doesn't involve the, or I guess a bite, that doesn't involve the creature being in play. You can just reveal it from your hand, and I think this is cool. You could make the argument, just like the last deck I played, ignore your opponent's board state and just play giant things. So this could just be another giant threat instead of like removal, but I think there's an in-between there. And yeah, let's send it. Let us send it. Send it before we don't. It becomes Zaj. Earthbend? What are we earthbending? Oh, come on. Really? I refuse to mulligan. You gotta be kidding me. Figures. Well, all we need is a forest. I refuse to mulligan. Oh yes, mono red. Oh, cool. Well, I had fun. I hope you all had fun. Typical. Typical, typical, typical. I refuse to change that. Typical. Need one green source? How dare you? I'm sitting here saying half your lands could be colorless, and I still think that. But that was not a good example. I think I could probably run 10 colorless and 10 forests. You only really need one forest, in my opinion. Mono black? What's going on here? Let's get rid of that. Doesn't like it doing much. Yeah, you stare at that poison dart frog. That's right. You stare at it. I think I want to put the fourth one of this guy back in. Like, the first time casting him, he feels just really good. I think I want another one. I think I'm going to do that. This should be a 4 of. It's outweighs being a legendary by so much. It's just so good. Yeah, and even when it gets killed, right? Like, yeah, I should have absolutely played more of those. Alright, I'm going to play this. I'm going to swing. Alright, we have a 4-4. How do you deal with that, good sir? Sir and or Matum. Double lightning strike? I have not seen murder yet. Not yet seen murder. I am not going to make a move. Okay. I don't have to do anything about that. Oh, right. I don't have the mana to do it anyways. Never mind. What am I talking about? Alright. Well, that was well more than worth it. Well more than worth it. Alright. Random 7/7. You're up. This does have a death touch. Beautiful. Let's play the frogs. The frangins. Get in there, frogs. Discard a card, draw 2. Not seen that card before. Whenever this enters, exile. Okay. Interesting. 2 cards I've never seen. Alright, they can't deal with it. The fact that they kept playing makes me think there must be something they're drawing towards. Murder or something. I, again, haven't seen Murder yet, but that would sort of do it. I'm going to add another Zan. That is just so good. I think there's 3. Yeah. Let's take out... We can take out one of these fights, maybe? Adding an actual threat seems like it's fine. I don't, again, how many times the fight's going to matter that much anyways, so... Oh, excuse me. The bite. On the draw with no 1-drop. Well, there's really only one 1-drop. Oh, of course. Right, yeah. Of course. Every green opponent I've played today and yesterday has been on the play with Llanowar Elves. Every single one of them. I could kill this, but I guess I'll just try to catch up instead of, like, losing. Nope. That tracks. Alright, well, they drew better than me. No ifs, no ands, no buts. They drew better than me. This is a 7/7? I have to kill this so I don't get swamped by threats over and over. I just have to do that. Play this. Probably gonna lose anyways, but yeah, on the play with Llanowar Elves, that's it. I mean, it's just the historic brawl experience, effectively. There's almost nothing else that matters here. And I have to, like, trade with their 4/4 now. Looks like there's a fight in their hand, or something that costs 2 mana. It's probably another Bushwhack. Which, is that a fight? Yeah, it is a fight, so it is a trade. Okay, they didn't cast it, so I don't know of a combat trick. Okay. Can I do both sides of this? No. I don't know why I need to land anyways. Okay. Well. Hey, look, I've stabilized. I don't think I have any business stabilizing here, but I have technically found a position where I am not losing. Or not. I can't block a 1/1. That thing? Land, please? Please? Ugh. Oh, come on. Come on, dude. Oh yeah, now they draw land. Yeah, okay. You got it. Alright, whatever. Must be nice. Must be nice. Yep, on the play with Lantern Rails. Literally nothing else mattered. Okay. Yeah, there is a lot of Death Touch. And apparently a lot of reach as well. Well, at least I saw the mirror. My opponent had the perfect amount of things with the perfect amount of mana. No, they had one too many Llanowar Elves, actually. No, they didn't, because at the end of the game it mattered. Yeah, the end of the game, the last Llanowar Elves actually did it. Yeah, no, they had 100% perfect draw there. Like, every card mattered, and then the last one didn't, and of course that was the one on the play with Llanowar Elves. Alright. Well, someone has to win a mirror. Someone has to win the mirror. Someone's got to do it. I think this is better than just casting the Heaped Harvest because it puts a 4/3 in play. I think that's pretty good here. I don't know if I've seen a red-white deck yet. I don't think I have. Here is one of them. Let's play you. And that. Harvest. I have Reach with Death Touch, so we're chilling. I have absolutely no idea what this could be. No idea. Let's find out together, shall we? Giant 7/7. Playing around as single thing. And I'll leave up the Heaped Harvest. Playing this one's almost the same. All right, yeah. With Reach, you're never going to get over me, and I have the board totally stopped. So it's going to be hard to get through all the stats, right? Dog Walker. Let's see if I remember that for other games that it might show up. Probably not, though. Cool. Dog Walker. I actually didn't look at all the multicolored cards. I should look at those more. I just looked at a couple of them. Well, we haven't had the turn 1 thing yet. I should cast this. Well, I guess it's an easy choice, huh? Easy choice is easy. I think it's slightly better to just play these two than it is anything else. I think so, at least. I can leave up the fight. Oh, the bite. I can leave up the bite. No, I can't. It's a sorcery. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is the second time I've seen this, and this is the first time it's done something. I could just pick this up so they can't kill it with that. But the thing I'm picking it up with is not that exciting. Maybe it's still just okay. Am I supposed to kill the Celebrant? Probably. Probably. That way I'm winning the stat race and I'm not going to play anything into the bauble. But I'm going to have to play something into the bauble eventually, so it might not even matter. Like, I'm not going to get around the bauble the entire game. Just doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Well, that's easy. That's certainly a reason not to play into it. We will play the 6/6. That is probably not going to be targeted. It is also a legendary. It draws. That's a reason to play smaller creatures. Yeah, see, they just like can't utilize that. I probably can just cast one now. Because it probably... Like, these aren't doing anything in my hand. They can just discard them anyways to these nightmares. If they, like, pick up that instead of the bauble. But, like, the 1/1 isn't really doing anything, right? They're going to cast this regardless. It doesn't matter. Return another permanent, sure. Get rid of you. I should just play these. And I'm not going to cast... Actually, you know what? I should cast this. Because if I don't, they can easily make me discard my last card. And there's no reason for them to have that option. No reason for my opponent to have that option. Yeah, whether in my hand or not, this is just going to continuously happen to me anyways. I deem the 5/5 to be superior to a land. You can kill a 5/5 here? Oh. Okay. Not enough? 3. Not enough. They can't play either of those. It's not enough. They realize that. Alright, cool. Get Schmieda. Alright, yep, it's not enough. Looks like playing the creatures was better than not, because again, they could always just grab this and deal with it, but I have to soak these Tithing Blades. Without hard spot removal, this does become a problem. This is why I actually do not like Tithing Blade. Because this exact situation happens more than it doesn't. And the payoff of killing your opponent's creature isn't really there when you do kill the thing you want with this. It just, there's still better cards than that. You can pick it up over and over, right? It's not like it's bad. It might be at its best here, because you can do it multiple times. But, yep. Too many incidental, too much fodder. Sweet. That was cool. That was also a cool deck. Some black-white pick up your stuff things. They had, what, 12 cards that picked up stuff? That's kind of cool. Also, hello. Well, we're chilling for a bit, I guess. Oh, herp derp deck. Red has been on the play every single time I've seen it today. Typical. So, I don't really like any of my options, so I'm not even going to act like I have any. I'm just going to cast the frog. The frog probably isn't something my opponent's interested in killing, but they probably would if they could anyways. And another creature. Okay, it looks like they cannot kill it. Yeah, I should absolutely play this 4/3. Don't like my situation, though. What does this actually do? Another creature you control enters... Okay, it's another impact tremors. I mean, I'm going to... as if I'm playing around stuff. As if. First, my opponent hits a land. Just like they want it. Typical. Alright. Time-wasting strategy. Moving on. Missed a land drop. Didn't have a 1-drop. Red deck's on the play. Must be nice. There might have been one time I was on the play against it. It certainly doesn't feel like it. There probably was, though. But it really doesn't feel like it. Wow, that was... You know what? I think I'm actually going to do... No. We're doing this. As if this isn't... 4 damage to target tapped creature. Okay, I guess that means play this. Four damage to target tapped creature. Wow. Destroy target enchantment. You got it. You got it. I have not seen a counterspell yet in this format. That is the first counterspell I have seen in this format. And it's not a hard counter either. This has flash. They did not have to cast that. I don't know if they're aware of that or something. That's not how that card works. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna block that. Okay. This one has reach, so I should lead with the reach one. First make your move I've seen. Play another reach threat. And then just pass? No, we can just play this. I mean, that's fine. It would be great if my opponent stopped having things. That'd be great. Would be ideal. Or if I had another reach threat, which I guess I can technically look for. Those are sort of reach creatures. I kind of wish I didn't bin one of them. They're not reach creatures in time, so I am just dead. Alright, well, there you go. That just happened. Not really anything I could do against that. First time I've seen counter spells. I still don't think they're very good in this format. At least when I was trying them. What my opponent was doing would effectively get entirely hosed by the All Mountains format. But against me, it just lined up. But to be fair, there's a lot of sequences where that would not work. Right? Like imagine I had another reach threat. We could just be chilling. I don't even think that's remotely a bad matchup. Alright, let's do this. If this was Llanowar Elves this game, this would have been the most busted game ever, but it wasn't Llanowar Elves. Like, I would have had this, I would have, yeah, this game would have been really good. Yeah, this is why I'm playing 4 of this. Because my opponent has to kill it, and it's just so good. It's so good. Let's play these two. And I'll probably just block with the frog. Oh, okay, no blocking with the frog. Play this, because I can crack the Deep Harvest. Be nice to play both of these at the same time. Okay. I'll get to play the game eventually. Surely. Play that one, I guess? Looks like my opponent has Burst Lightning or Shock. What a surprise. Doesn't cast it. Oh yes. Mono Red ignores you. Of course. Almost forgot. I can swing with both of these. No, that doesn't really do much. Opponent would be insane to block this. Makes no sense to block it. They thought about it. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure there is no reason to block that. Alright, I have a bunch of reach. But it's not even lethal next turn, and I'm dead to like 2 spells. So, and of course, they have the best spell in their deck. And 3 copies of it. Yep, why not? Why not just have 3 lightning strikes? Why not have 3 of the best card in your deck? Well, not beating that opener. Not beating that draw. But again, if I had Llanowar Elves turn 1 instead of the Frog, everything we did was a turn faster, and maybe there's something. Maybe. But I didn't have it. I'm not my opponent. Same logic with this hand. Yeah, Llanowar Elves is, like, beyond busted when I have all these 3s in my deck. It's so incredibly good. I'm so burnt out of the red strategy. Oh. Makes me not want to play this format. Makes me want to not play the format. If it was like 1 every 4 games, maybe, but it's not. What does this do? Stuff I don't care about? Cool. Now it's stuck on my screen, typical. Big game. This is better than just finding a land. They didn't kill it on my turn, and it looks like they could have killed it on my turn. When it dies, deal 1 damage to any target. Sure. Sack this, it deals damage, uses power to... Okay, I mean... Sure. Well. Oh look, just in time. Just in time. Well, this gives me a reason to force cycle and not just play the 2-2. Guess I will. On the bright side, my opponent's playing cards I've never seen before, but they're still surrounded by the snooze fest cards. It's boring to see all the time. What does this do when it dies? 1 damage to any target? Okay. Could just block it. Llanowar Elves doesn't sync up too well, and it could just die later, so I might as well do it now to save myself life. Seems quite viable here. That is not what I wanted to draw. Another game where if I did have Llanowar Elves, I mean, this is my only 1-drop, this game would be very, very different. Oh look, another copy of the best card in their deck. Crazy. How do they do it? Crazy. I don't think there's a single card that kills me, so I should play the 3-mana Heaped Harvest. They can't top deck lethal. If they could, then I'd have to keep the mana up. But I can be mana efficient. There's no trading. Makes sense to trade here. Play this. It's kind of the same, actually. Yeah. No, it's not the same, because this way I leave up mana to crack both Heaped Harvests. Yeah. I will do that. I guess I can wait on the second one, because I would obviously like to block if they have Lightning Strike. It's not Lightning Strike. This is probably the same card as last turn? I don't know. No idea what it could be. First Lightning. Okay, well, we talked about this. This is why I didn't crack the second one. So I can block, or rather not take 2 damage. Oh, that's not exciting. But this is. Alright, well, now I think I just win. I don't know if they can play enough problems before this 6/6 kills them. Because they're in top deck mode. It's possible, though. I could just draw nothing, and they can draw nothing with Lightning Strikes. So, it is possible. Oh, we're off to a good start. I'm winning this race by a lot, so I will swing with both of these. I can take 2. My opponent can't even swing at me. I'm going to play the land. And now they have to block with one of these. Yeah, it's probably safe to not die to a random top deck of mine. You should just chump and keep the other. It's a red deck. This is the only thing it can do at this point. It's down to a top deck, yeah. Alright, it's 100% to win. They can't do anything with 2 cards. Can't do anything with 2 cards, yep. Alright, well, I didn't have Llanowar Elves, and my opponent didn't totally destroy me. But, honestly, it got kind of close. I mean, I'm just kind of sick of seeing this. They had some interesting cards this time, to be fair, but, like, it's hard to, it's hard to, like, just deal with the same spells over and over and over and over. Like, every opponent is Burst, Lightning, Shock, and Lightning Strike are just, like, in every deck. There's some variants, too. Like, there's a black-red version, it seems. I saw a white-red version, but it didn't quite get there. But we do, to be fair, have, like, a fair amount of incidental life gain, which it seems like all the viable strategies have to have some way to gain some life, and we are one of those, right? We are gaining life, and it is kind of actually doing stuff against the 90% red decks. Alright. It seems like this format is starting to come together here, where, like, what you should expect to be good and what isn't. I like this format. I do. Just the deck diversity is a bit lacking from opponents. But there's definitely things to do. It's hard to, like, let's get rid of you. It's hard to make your own stuff, right? So I shouldn't, it's not other players' fault. Like, you only have 3 days to make card choices before the format is over. So most people are not gonna do what I do, and I shouldn't expect them to. I can't believe they didn't swing. That seems a bit insane to me. I will play this. I don't have to play the 4/3 here. This lets my next turn be vastly better. But I do take some damage in the meantime. But my next turn is just so much better. because of this. Yeah, we're gonna crack this. Alright, we're at 6 mana. We have this thing. I can swing with this. There's really no reason to. I don't... Oh, well, now there is. now there's a reason to. Oh, they didn't block it. Oh, no, you're supposed to block that. What are you doing? I don't know what the black is. It could be that sack an artifact draw 2, but I don't know another card it could be. Grim Bauble, maybe? Haven't been super impressed with Grim Bauble, though. Pacify? Well, some kind of answer. Alright, that's a reason to play more black cards, I suppose. Surprised they didn't sack the clue token. I feel like the damage is kind of valuable here, isn't it? Can you in-web... Can this in-web itself? Oh my goodness, it can. Oh my goodness, this can in-web itself. Mono green ninjutsu confirmed. Oh my goodness, that was oddly satisfying. I played 3 lands this turn. Look at that. Look at us go. Is that it? They milled themselves. So something's going on with the graveyard. No idea what it could be. No idea. I'm gonna have to deal with this. Oh, okay, that sort of deals with it. Well, they know I can continuously do this. So we're gonna continuously do it. Oh, this is great. I like doing this. It's not like overpowered or anything, but man, is that satisfying. Gotta love it. Got to love it. This is a 6/6. It survives the... Oh, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Looks like they have another one. I'm also actually winning the damage race here. They have no more artifacts. They can find one, though. I'm always leading with the same idea here. I think you have to block this now. Well, that's one way to block. Love it. Oh, I love it. This is so satisfying. Let's do this, I guess. Well, that's not great. I'm not super incentivized to cast this, but I think I will. Killing the flying thing that's dealing damage over and over is probably worth it. It's the only thing that's really dealt significant damage to me, so it could just poke me enough and then the game ends. They have a ton of fodder. It could be a while till I like get through. Could be a while. Could be a while. Let's get in there. They gotta be careful because they don't know what this is. Gotta be careful. Okay, they don't respect anything, which is fair, because they're not in a position to respect anything. That is fair. It's a little difficult to respect anything. Let's grab you, because it's the only option. Alright. 7/7, get in there. I think they have to double block. Oh, I can swing with the liner rails too, actually. Yep, they have to double block. 100 degrees. Another 7/7. All right, yeah. Their creatures aren't big enough, and there doesn't seem to be enough removal. If they continuously cast removal spells, then they can get there. But their creatures are like two for wanting themselves to stay in the game. And if there's not enough to removal to kill these, I'm eventually going to get one to hit them too much. But look how much lands we had in play. 10, 11, 12. Yeah, looping this is... That's another reason to run all four. It can in web itself. This being a legendary is not really relevant. This card is great. I should play it as a commander. Should play it as a commander. It'd probably be a popper commander beast. I don't know. That card is great. That card is great. I think I'm gonna call it there. I've made like 2 videos worth of things and I've had a good time so far. All right, this actually works out. I really think that the creature choices seemed like the right ones. It's just a matter of how many you run. I don't really know how many I should be running, but just draw. What was that? Oh, OBS is yelling at me. I don't know. It always does that. You're bound to find something or like have it in your hand and wait at some point to finally cast it, right? It's not a matter of like this is just kind of an age-old green thing where like a Azusa. Okay, I was trying to find an example. Azusa Rofellos, I suppose. You just need the threat in your hand. The ramp part of it is sort of taken care of, and having one in your hand by the time you're ready to cast it with this many feels totally fine. Um, this is just very significant. This is a ramp spell and a sizable threat. This is excellent. But yeah, I think these are the right ones. I don't know. Of all these, you could just run more, I guess. But yeah, I think the amount is right. I don't know if I really like this. It seems like anytime I would have activated this, it seems like I wouldn't have time to also cast the thing. If I'm spending 5 over and over to do this, it just doesn't seem like I have time to then cast the thing. But maybe you do. It's, I guess, better for your red matchup, which is 90% of this meta. So there, it might make sense, but I don't know. The fights were kind of lackluster, so I could maybe go down one and go up one of these. I just think this is better than this 2-2. I really do, especially how you're probably not finding multiple cards with this by the time the game would end. It can find a land. It finds anything, right? It can't miss. Like it actually cannot miss. Oh, okay, wait. Technically, it could miss. If it hits all 3 commune with natures, it could miss. But you're at least getting like a land or something, I guess. It's maybe worth testing. I see every single green deck is playing this. Or the mono green beatdown big things are playing this, but I don't know. I'm not entirely sold on it. I'm really not. I haven't seen many heaped harvests, but Llanowar Elves on the play, or really just turn 1, is insane with these 2 cards. So maybe even more 3-mana ramp spells is in order. Could shave some of these 2s or something, or just get rid of this entirely. Again, I wasn't really sold on this. I could do that and maybe go up that. Like, that's fine. This is fine. This could just be better, more consistent. Because, again, the fights didn't feel that great. But this works. This deck does work. It does the thing. It's fast enough. It does survive against red decks. They have to commit remove. If you... So, like, what you got to do is have, like, them commit removal to your stuff. Or just gain life. And you do both of those here, right? Oh, I would almost argue you kind of have to do both of them, and we kind of do in every deck I've played so far. We gain life and we force burn spells onto threads. But I will admit, Lightning Strike, Burst Lightning, and Shock are like, I'm going to see them in my sleep. It's just all over the place, and it's a little exhausting and unfortunate. It's more tolerable, I guess, than like the affinity living weapon skull clamp, cranial plating, I mean. But it still gets a little tiring after like 3 hours. I don't blame people because you only have 3 days to play the format. Most people are not going to put a single neuron into this. They're just going to play quick wins with the easiest deck to pilot and build, which is probably why a lot of the red decks I see have slight variances, because people are just putting in a red card they think is good enough and calling it a day, which when it's surrounded by the same burn spells, it probably is. But I'm not going to play it. I see enough of it that I'm not interested in playing it. And knowing me, I will probably only play against light life gain if I do play mono reds, which I don't want to have to deal with. But yeah, this is cool. This is cool. It's very straightforward. Um, I that's it. It's just straightforward. You know, it did the thing. You saw it do the thing, and that's that. So there you go. If you have ideas, there actually were ideas in my comment section of the last Pauper video. So maybe I'll tomorrow, I think, is the last day to play this before it's gone, right? Yeah. So if I have enough time to squeeze in more of this format, I'll play more of it because I want to. So there's that. I don't know if the green deck is going in the same video. I don't know where this is being placed, but I did play a lot. I actually played a lot of this on and off stream because, man,